Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following King Corlys Seaspray, the Lord of the Stepstones and Master of Tyrosh, the King Consort of Queen Rhaenys the Black Targaryen, and the father to a soon-to-be heir to the Iron Throne of the Eight Kingdoms. Indeed, Eight Kingdoms, because we have added the Kingdom of the Stepstones here to Westeros. And well, now that we are the king and we have dealt with our enemy, or at least we have gotten him under our thumb, Prince Eddard, it is time to decide what to do with you. But he seems to have some plans of his own, as you can see. He is demanding a trial by combat. Greetings, uncle. Fiend, your crimes against me are reprehensible. Meet me in single combat, and let a battle judge our differences. So, in this case, we will both be able to choose our champions. The question is, will Eddard choose to represent himself? He is a capable fighter, certainly nowhere near the skill of King Corlys. If he chooses to do so, he will almost certainly die in the battle, which I, hope is not the case, because I want to, I'd like to see his story continue on in some case, but if he chooses to do battle himself, and if he loses, then such is as it is. We need to choose our own champion, and obviously we will fight as our own because we are no coward. And it seems that Eddard is not fighting us himself. He is instead sending in Simon Stonehelm. Okay. Who is this? Prince Eddard's personal champion. This man is a legendary blade master. Oh, and he's huge. Trained fighter. So he's not a great captain. He's not an amazing fighter, but he's just massive and he knows how to fight. Oof. Okay. Basically, this guy is like the Mountain, essentially. We are going to have a pretty difficult time considering he's got 41 prowess, which is not that far up from our 53. It's certainly a lot better than Eddard's 24, so this could actually be kind of a tough fight. So I have Prince Eddard brought before me near King's Landing. This is obviously happening in King's Landing. In chains for his trial, his chosen champion Simon arrives in short order. I eagerly await a chance to personally prove Prince Eddard's skill. And notice also that he is a warring star guy as well, so it's no surprise that he would accept championing Eddard against the husband of the Targaryen queen. So there's a lot of, politics within politics. Everything's playing into it here. May the best man win. I hope the best man is us. Simon and I stalk around each other. He brandishes a fearsome bladed weapon. He's got a dagger. I imagine that's not all he's packing here, but we'll see. Let's see. I am the fastest blade in the Stepstones. Blade dance. Oh yeah, we are the fastest. So you know what? He's going to use brute strength, and we are going to use speed and agility here. In battle, I'm an artist. Every strike is a brushstroke. Every fallen foe or gout of blood, a splash of paint. As I brandish my sword, switching seamlessly between flourish and strike, I paint a picture of agony across my foe. Simon pulls back from my every blow, letting me attack without getting another solid hit in. It's not long before I can feel myself beginning to tire. My form is good with only small errors, but his form is incredible. Ooh, okay, maybe it's not going as well as I thought. I'll show you how I have the sword. My sword flows around Simon like water each strike, chaining fluidly into the next. A perfectly timed series of attacks. He's famed with his abilities with this dagger, apparently. Sure. And he reminds me of this with a perfect flowing chain of quick slashes. I imagine this is funny. He's probably got a different weapon than a dagger. But in any case, we are still the fastest blade in the Stepstones. I'll show you how I have to sword. I mean, we got to go for the options that are giving us the best chance here. Fool, take this. Knife to hand. Yeah, let's feint with our dagger. Okay, I was a little bit more worried than I was letting on there, considering that it was saying that his stances were incredible. But as you can see, unlike the battle with the Red Viper versus the Mountain, which obviously ended tragically for the Red Viper. In this case, our version of the Red Viper has won. Though they pull back just in time, my offhand stab almost ends this. Simon fights like a man possessed, lashing out with a never-ending storm of powerful cleaves that force me back and back and back. It's not till he takes a second to exult in his imminent victory that I'm able to pull off a surprisingly firm parry. The block deflects his sword back into his face, cutting down to the bone. Ooh, oh, okay, that's not... I waste no time sweeping Simon's feet out with a hooked leg and swinging straight into unseaming him, groin to neck, spilling intestines and viscera everywhere. The man screams, take a little too long to fade. Oh, that was a gruesome kill. Oh, man. Corlys just eviscerated Sir Simon Stonehelm here. And, oh, man. You know what? I was a little bit worried there. Like, this guy was pretty strong. And honestly, if Corlys would have died there, I probably would have just accepted it. I don't think I would have reloaded that or anything, because that's Game of Thrones, man. You know, it's exactly what happened with the Red Viper in the mountain. But in this case, we managed to pull it off. So King Corlys adds another kill to his list here. Does he become a... No, he's still aspiring Blade Master. Still needs a few more fights, but goodbye, Simon. There we go. Oh, actually, that gave us... Yeah, no, okay. We're still at... Still need a little bit of experience left here before we are a true Blade Master. The 7 who are one smiled heartily on me yesterday. As I bring my weapon down, Simon falls. I stand there pouting before I look up and grin at Prince Eddard of Dragonstone before leaving. Oh, we leave him with a grin. Yesterday, we put our quarrel before the 7 who are one, and the 7 who are one answered wisely, justice is served. You are allowed to rightfully imprison Prince Eddard. So, I mean, with that, all of the crimes of Prince Eddard can be considered proven. You know, I imagine one of the crimes was probably abusing his power as regent. Presumably the crime, you know, falsifying evidence against Corlys to gain his exile, raising his hand against Queen Rhaenys. So there are essentially 2 different punishments that could be meted out upon such a man. Execution, of course, or banishment. Banishment to the wall. And unfortunately for both Corlys and for Rhaenys, Eddard here is family. He is kin. To have him slain or executed would be technically an act of kinslaying. You know, even if we didn't do it ourselves, they are a member of our family, and kinslaying is not looked upon well, even if they are a criminal. And so I think that banishment is the only option. But I think that there is one additional punishment. We are not just going to send Prince Eddard to the wall. A man who raises his hand against the queen deserves a more fitting punishment than just that. So if you'll allow me a moment, I need to go and take care of this. So what shall be the punishment for Prince Eddard? Not only will he be banished to the Night's Watch, but he has also been removed of his offending hand, the one that was raised against Queen Rhaenys. And it will no longer strike anyone ever again. So as you can see, Eddard is now one-handed, and in just a moment, I believe we are going to see him sent to the wall. And look at that, rival has lost all of these titles. Eddard the Grey of House Snowfire, the one-handed man, sent to the wall as the 7 who are one decided that he was guilty of all his crimes in the trial by combat. And indeed, he will look upon our victory over him with envy and hatred and all of that. But he is simply a member of the Night's Watch now, and with any luck, he'll die at the hands of some wildling. But who knows? Perhaps he will find a way to get his revenge against us somehow. I mean, he's still a young man, only 34 years of age. He's got plenty that he could do. Is he going to escape north beyond the wall? Is he going to, who knows what could happen? I mean, the Night's Watch is still run by the Starks, and he is related to the Starks through his mother or his grandmother, Lyanna. So, interesting things are going on here at the wall and in the north with the Starks, and with Eddard Snowfire being a member of the Night's Watch. Now, his daughter is now Princess Valena here on Dragonstone. Obviously, we have claims to these lands, but as you can see, we cannot declare war because of the realm authority. But there are different ways, and so what I imagine is happening is that Princess Valena still has essentially, there are supporters of Eddard here in Dragonstone, probably in Driftmark, some of these lands. He still has his supporters here, and I don't think that they're going to necessarily just surrender. So, but the thing is, we need to get this, we obviously want to get Driftmark back. It is the traditional seat of our house. We're probably going to either bequeath it to Prince Manfred or to Monty here. But yeah, I think that we need to deal with this. Now, we do have some options here, I believe. Regent revoke title. Indeed, this is what I was looking for. So we can potentially revoke these titles. Now, they will not accept, but it will start a war, and we can potentially get these titles. Now, Queen Rhaenys has a chance to actually prevent this from happening. So yeah, we will see what happens. But we are going to take Dragonstone. Driftmark, if we get Driftmark with all of this, we're probably going to bequeath it to one of our sons. Dragonstone, the kingdom here, title here, we're not going to keep it. We are going to hold it as a steward, just as our father Monford did for Daenerys. We'll hold it as a steward, and we will give it to the heir, the Targaryen heir of our own blood and of Rhaenys, as the title of Dragonstone traditionally does. So we'll take it, but we're going to hold it for the Targaryen heir. So yeah, I think this is the route we're going to go. So Legent, a revoke title. We're going to go and just, do all of these essentially here. So it looks like the allies of Eddard are not going to go easily, it seems. Inspiration realized we got the Velaryon sword. It's not particularly good, but you know what? Our second son could probably use a blade here, so let us give him a sword to wield here. So that should be good. Oh, there's some disease going on. Darren Tully is not looking too good. Karma coming to bite you, Darren Tully. Oh, look, his entire family is sick. His son is sick. His daughters are sick. His son's son is sick. They might all just die of this consumption going around Riverrun. Wouldn't that be a tragedy? Indeed. So let's see what happens here. So this is the letter that Eddard's loyalists in Dragonstone are sending to Queen Rhaenys, and essentially to us. Greetings, niece. You are not the queen, and I do not bow to your petty whims. Oh, they're not acknowledging that Rhaenys is the actual queen. If you want the Lord Paramount of Dragonstone, you have to take it by force. It's treason then? You think I'm bluffing? To war. Okay, you start a war. I mean, yeah, I don't think this is going to start a mega war here. No, it's not. It's just going to be, us versus them. Yeah, I don't even think we need to call in any allies. We could call our allies to war. Not Lord Willis, no. Darren Tully, Golden Grove. Do we call in? I mean, we might as well use this alliance we got with Darren Tully to some effect. Oh my gosh, this is basically, this revenge is so perfect, you guys. If we call in Darren Tully, now, to get our full revenge on Eddard, because, we are vengeful. This is nothing personal against Princess Valena. This is to make Eddard. We want to make him know that we have completely stripped him of everything. Him and his family stripped of everything, just as he stripped us of everything all of those years ago. And so we need to take everything from him. And even better that we're using his former ally against him. That just makes it even more poetic. Let us raise our armies. Let us go and take these lands back, the ones that belong to us. Indeed, we shall have our revenge, and it shall be a full revenge. So there we go. That's our army. We're going to go send it straight to Dragonstone. He has some forces here, but they're currently engaged in some fighting here in Massey's Hook. I guess we could potentially engage him. Let's see. Sail around here. I'm tempted to hit the Snowfire forces first before we go and do the siege, because battles are more interesting than non-battles. So let's land here. As you can see, we have a new commander, Sir Kyle Celtigar. Now, Sir Kyle of House Celtigar here is an extremely able commander. He is a Baelorist, so somebody who believes in the Targaryen supremacy. He's a zealous man, brave, calm. He is a brilliant strategist, a military engineer, a holy warrior, a twin, although his twin brother has seemingly died, executed by Lady Larissa, the Golden Crab of Claw Isle, as punishment. And now he has been sent in, well, I mean, his brother was executed, so it's obvious why he left Claw Isle here, which is ruled by Lady Larissa. So Kyle Celtigar, well, perhaps we'll, put him on Claw Isle as a reward for his assistance if he can survive all this. Obviously, you can see he's not a good-looking man, contrite, so he's got a guilty conscience, but he's a strong fighter, and he's got some pretty good prowess and some pretty good commanding traits here. So he's going to be our new like military commander here. He's taking over for Briglos, essentially. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna engage. Oh, okay. All right. Looks like we're engaging. We have the advantage here. We've got the numbers. We've got extra knights. We should be fine in this battle, I suspect. So let us see how Kyle Celtigar, Sir Kyle, does for us in his first battle as one of our commanders here. Ooh, shadow over Tyrosha. Walk around. Oh, something deeply unpleasant. They're calling it the spotted fever. Summon a maester, we say? Oh, yeah, okay, we need to deal with this. Do not want another plague here. Not super... Ooh, spotted fever, early prevention. Soft approach is best. What does he recommend? I have a number of observations. The plague does not appear to be too severe. We take a light provoke... Okay, let's try it. Let's trust our maester here. Oh, wow, who killed the enemy commander? We're gonna have to look at this in a moment here. I didn't see... let's see. Can we actually check that? Oh, and then Darren Tully died. He died of consumption. Oh, no. Looks like all of our enemies are getting their comeuppance. Even though we were, teaming up with Darren, we are not sad that he has died from consumption. Died sick. And, yeah, that's pretty fitting for a man who did betray us. Let's see here. Early prevention was a success. There we go. And looks like the Snowfire forces are just about defeated here, just as the Riverlanders come to assist us. Well done, Sir Kyle. Let's take a look at that battle here. Details of the battle. Oh, Evitho still kicking ass, though. Evitho, man, he's so good. Jaehaerys was slain by Corso Craves. Let's take a look at the events here. Yavonio slew Lord Jack of Sharp Point as he was retreating. Well done. And so, as you can see, after that battle, we can actually knight our son Monty here. So I like to imagine that perhaps Monty was in that battle, fighting alongside us. He is our squire. You know, perhaps he even fought in the battle. Perhaps his blade tasted steel and perhaps even tasted blood during that battle. And so, yeah, we are going to knight our son at the age of 14. I think this was the same age we were knighted. And there we go. So our son, Sir Monteris Velaryon, 14 years of age, already a knight, already a very capable young man who will no doubt carry our torch into the future. There we go. He has made House Velaryon proud. Good for him. Indeed. And actually, one thing you'll notice is that our son here, Monty, does have a new friend, as you can see. An interesting character indeed. Dorian Ghost. Now, Dorian is a young Dornish lad who is clearly, you know, very skilled with the blade. Even at the young age of 14, he's certainly growing up to be a bit of a debonair, young, like a swashbuckling rogue type of character here. But he has a strong sense of justice here. He is a twin. You know, he's got some family here. You might notice that they've got an interesting coat of arms, and that is because his father once ruled the city of Broken Crypts, which, as you can see, is in the realm of Red March and in the House Manwoody. And so I believe that it is said that House Ghost is perhaps a bastard branch of House Manwoody here in Dorne. But during those wars that were fought over the last 20 years, his house was ousted, and him and his sisters here ended up coming to Tyrosh. And somehow or the other, he ended up meeting young Prince Monty here, and the two of them became very good friends. And so the two of them, yeah, same age. Clearly, they are both, you know, gonna be probably good friends to each other far into the future. And you know, this character Dorian Ghost may play a part in the story of our son, but that is not yet to come just yet. We still need to deal with our own story and our own foes here as we chase down the armies, the last remaining armies loyal to Eddard, and we will crush them soundly, no doubt here. Oh yeah, looks like we're gonna catch him here. All right, I guess we'll fight him here. We'll wait till this is done and dealt with, and then we'll defeat whoever wins this battle here. Ooh, additional taxes, 24. I mean, we'll take it. We can use the money here. There we go. The enemies are being defeated here. The Riverlanders are landing, not in the rivers. They're landing here on Sharp Point. Come on, anytime now. Finish your fight. There we go. And now we immediately engage with the remaining forces of House Snowfire here. We're probably going to crush them pretty utterly, I imagine. Yeah, I don't think that there's going to be a lot left after that. Kyle Celtigar has captured one of their commanders there. Take a look at that battle as well. Events here. Lord Lucas of Wayfarer's Rest slew Roderick Kedge as he was retreating from battle. Excellent. Oh, looks like we can finish this siege there. Okay, that was quick. And then we're probably just going to go and siege down Dragonstone here. The Riverlanders are sieging down Driftmark, so all the forces loyal to the former Prince Eddard are, you know, essentially about to be defeated. And our wife has had a daughter, Princess Rhaenys. No, I don't think it's going to be Rhaenys. I think it's going to be Princess Rhaenyra, because, well, I've, like everyone else, I've been watching House of the Dragon, and I think that this is a fitting name, that we have a Queen Rhaenys followed potentially by a Queen Rhaenyra here. So there we go. Is that an ill-omened name? Probably. But you know what? That is what we are going with there for our new daughter. Oh, they're landing here in Driftmark to what? Try to take it back? I mean, you're gonna fail. Like, there's no way they can defeat that massive Riverlander army there. We're gonna siege down his capital. Luckily, Sir Kyle Celtigar here is a siege commander, which is very useful to us. Culture has discovered urbanization. Interesting. Ah, looks like we've got a grudge with Magister Gepeo. No real concern there. The Pentoshi are still mad about siding with us against the Iron Throne and how that didn't work out for them, so whatever, they can deal with it. Not too concerned about Pentos here. Just need to get these sieges done and dealt with, and then we can consider our revenge complete, essentially. I mean, we've sent Eddard to the wall, as you can see. You know, like took off his hand. He is an official sworn brother of the Night's Watch now. Who knows if he's gonna, you know, betray them and go up north. That could be interesting, actually, if he does. Very curious to see what your comments are on that situation. Do you think Eddard would leave the Night's Watch and go, you know, become a deserter to try to get revenge, or would he? Who knows? I mean, that's a good question, actually. Does he seem like the type? I'm very curious what you guys think on that. Per my mandate from Queen Rhaenys, my primary duty as regent is to fill her coffers. An easy way to do this is to help populate the outskirts of Brushmill, moving serfs and small holders from my own lordship of Tyrosh to Rhaenys' land. The peasantry refuse to budge. The wealthier families could serve in a different way. Or God, let them stay on. I mean, we could try to do this. Your reputation for dishonest dealings spreads. It's a 50-50. Let's try it though. A little tidy tax and local solidarity is broken. Aha. So I think that went well. Maybe. I think it went well. In any case, these sieges are certainly going well. Looks like we're gonna have Eddard's loyalists well in hand here, and the Grey faction will essentially be crushed once we have won this war here. So there we go. Mandate terms and conditions. Several of these witnesses to your oaths of fealty confirm you promise to exceed your obligations, not merely match them. I finish. Lord Balman of House Borney stares back at me from across the council table, gobsmacked. Are you suggesting that the testimony of some no-name petty nobility justifies my owing our liege even more? He stutters out, still stunned by the audacity of my claim. It's a risky suggestion, but my mandate as regent demands I advance the position of Queen Rhaenys. The witnesses are material, their oaths are sacred. Well, or a fresh homage and a little tithe to the treasury? Are we corrupt? No, I don't think we are corrupt. I think we are forceful, and we are the king. So, yeah, okay. We argue Balman into submission. There we go. Yeah, he couldn't stand against us. Who is this man? Lord Balman of Great Fork. Yeah, he is no match for the force of King Corlys in this situation that we find ourselves in right now. Sieges are oh, and our wife is pregnant once more. Well done, Corlys. Well done. All right, sieges are going well. Just need the siege on Dragonstone to finish here, and I think that's going to give us everything that we need, and it does seem to be done. Oh, and we captured Princess Valena. What do we do with her? Negotiate release. Gain a weak hook. Could be useful. If we enforce our demands, she becomes our vassal. Does she remain in prison? Let's see. I'm curious. Guess we'll find out here. Let us enforce our demands. Okay, so she technically still holds. Okay, so we took that title, but I'm pretty sure that we are basically, you know, I'm gonna take the like Dragonstone. She was imprisoned. We captured it all. Our intention is to take Dragonstone and to hold it as steward. Like I said, we're not intending to keep it. We're going to give it to the heir to the Iron Throne, because that is exactly what the title, you know, the Lord of Dragonstone is for. So give me a brief moment. I'm going to take care of that. So there we go. I have taken care of the titles of Dragonstone. Obviously, like I said, we are taking it to put it in its proper order. The new heir to the 8 Kingdoms will hold Dragonstone. I've put Velena back into our custody here. Curious to see what you guys think we should do with it. She's just under house arrest for now. We have a couple different options. You know, we could negotiate her release, have her banished. I think that will make her become a septa or something like that. So that is an option. We're not going to execute her or anything like that, but I'm curious what you guys think we should do about Velena here. Let me know down in the comments. We could release her. Yeah, potentially. She is the heir to Eddard's brother, Lord Willem Snowfire, as you can see here, whom we also don't really have anything against. Turns out he has green dreams, though, so that's interesting enough. But yeah, I mean, the question is now, I mean, Driftmark as well. We've got those titles. I think we do have to take Driftmark as well. Even though it is held by a Velaryon, it was stripped from us rightfully. You know, Lady Daenerys here does not deserve to hold it. Like, callous, greedy. You know, she probably betrayed her brother Jaehaerys here. And like, yeah, I just don't think she deserves to hold it. So we're going to revoke that title as well. We've already got troops here, so if she tries to rise up against us, it's not going to go well for her. Yeah, rally the troops. Oh, Tibio-san takes this opportunity to rise up against us as well. Well, I don't think that this is going to go well for him. So sensing an opportunity, Tibio-san uses that to rise up against us in the stepstones here, which actually makes perfect sense considering if he knew that we were, you know, busy up in the north, then we would be essentially distracted here in Driftmark, leaving the stepstones open. So I'm not too surprised that Prince Tibio is going to act against us here, but it looks like Evitho is joining in against the tyranny here. So hopefully he'll go and deal with Tibio, but we'll see. We got to go and deal with Driftmark here first. Let's see what Kyle Celtigar can do in battle here. He is married to Jareese Man. Oh, interesting that he ended up marrying somebody from House Manwoody. Very cool. It's all coming together here. The battle here is turning in our favor, as you can quite clearly see. Oh, wow, we got even troops from... we've got troops from Cymric here. Cymric's coming in to assist us as well. There we go. Look at all our loyal vassals. Thank you for your good service. All right, let's chase them down to Dragonstone. Let's utterly crush their army here. They're not going to be able to get to sea in time, so we will be able to annihilate their army. What's going on here? With his coming of age, my tuition of Monteris is at an end. Despite always seeming to seek authority and order, Monteris has not become as proficient as expected in the administration of lands and people. Few would be impressed at his understanding. Oh, he's just a number 2 as well. Ooh, but he did get Guild Patron, which is actually pretty good. Monteris took his education in the ways of the free cities and can safely run an enterprise without going destitute. Ooh, that's pretty cool that he got Guild Patron, though. He didn't get any combat trait, though. So he's not going to be a great fighter. Well, that is what it is. I mean, he's going to be a slightly better steward than we are anyway, so maybe he'll be able to improve his stewardship trait, but ooh, look at this sickness. Yikes, what is this going down over here? Gonna take a look here. The Iron Throne, Puck 71. Ooh, this is not good. This is getting real close to King's Landing, you guys, and it's killed a lot of people already. Man. Slightly concerned for our wife and our new children. Hopefully things will go well. Kyle Celtigar has captured a man in a duel. Well done, Kyle. Sway getting personal. Sure, I'm not really too concerned about that. There we go. We've defeated them in battle. So we simply need to finish off the forces of Driftmark, turn our attention and deal. I mean, we've got sieges going down here on Tyrosh itself, so we're going to need to deal with the the pirates rising up in the stepstones trying to take this opportunity, but we are going to take Driftstone back for the direct line of House of Velaryon, and we are going to defeat these pirates and have them dealt with properly. But the question is, what will happen in the rest of the Iron Throne? What's going to happen with Eddard up on the wall? Ooh, and there's a big rebellion in the north as well, led by House Lady Scylla's claim. Oh, interesting. Manderley is leading a war for another Karstark's claim. Fascinating. A lot of different things going on. You can see that even the most devout has actually gone back into the 8 kingdoms. So things are really interesting. I'm curious to see what you guys think. And really, in the end, we have found revenge for Corlys. Eddard has been stripped of his lands. He has been sent to the wall. He has been stripped of his hand, even. And now we are the king consort. Our children will sit the Iron Throne. Oh, revenge is sweet. But we will see what happens in the next episode. So until then, Wanderers, thank you for watching.